Thank you away for covering me. Very nice of him. Team Secret versus SGB, theoretically a very balanced matchup here skill-wise. I think both of these teams have a lot to show off, a lot to do. First damage will go over to BJ though. Just call it here. GG.
And with all of the teams being so evenly skilled, apparently, because everyone's just beating everyone, and then Gum is there as well, this is already a very important match, because you only get 2 opportunities to play against each team, so one series can actually decide between players and not players, and as I indicated on the analyst desk, or actually, tease, I guess, would be the better word. Whoever wins the series joins second place with Cerberus of all teams, who had a resurgence this week. So you overcome BTS, you overcome Luxury. A huge opportunity for both of these teams, because both of them missed playoffs in winter.
That they did. We do see Team Secret getting control over this contested middle bush. The Lulu not able to step up to a Nautilus to try and prevent that.
I already like Taki, because Taki went for the correct support item. Every time I see Lulu go for the execution support item, my heart bleeds. She gets 2 stacks with 1 auto attack. Always gonna mention that. 1 auto attack from Lulu on the enemy is 2 stacks of the support item. So very easy to get the gold stacking up there, and I'm just super excited to see Taki's mechanics on this movement-based champion, especially in laning phase. So far, they're winning the level 1. Expectedly, it's Jinx against Aphelios, so she has the pushing power with her AoE auto attacks, so nothing too exciting so far.
This is a really new look for Taki as well. I kind of want to dwell on it for just a moment, as Husmed has been absolutely brutalized in a trade, apparently. Does have his pots to get back up with as well as the biscuits, but I wanted to just dwell on this Taki point for a moment. Oftentimes, the strength we see out of Taki is roaming around on these engaged supports, on the Alistair, on the Leona, and able to start plays for Saigon Buffalo. Once again, takes the worst end of a trade, not playing this super well.
Really nicely done from Hero. I just a quick, to quickly intercept the point. Hero buffered the Q when he saw Husmed approach with the E, and actually got the Q damage in the time where he was stunned. Very cool. I've never seen this interaction before. That's something we need to keep our eyes on. Hero seems to be ahead, or on top of this matchup.
Certainly does. It's going to force the Husmed back early. But just to finish the point, how do you think SGB adapts to Taki not being the one to start the plays?
Well, they do have other tools in this draft. The toolbox is definitely not empty. We have BJ, and speaking of BJ, he is here to punish Hero, who felt great about himself.
Yeah, he has to try and find a way out of this one, but I just don't think it exists. Not without a flash. Husmed is going to dance away, then come back in to guarantee an assist. I think he wanted the kill, but doesn't matter. BJ gets it. But Hero fought back damn well.
Oh, that's such a good punish timing, though. That's super great fundamentals from BJ and Husmed. The communication was, okay, I lost the trade early from Husmed's side, and then Husmed said, okay, if you punish him now, he's overextending to push on the wave. He wants to recall after this wave crashes, so if you punish him right now, he has no way out. It's a guaranteed kill, so just great communication to start the day from BJ. Maybe the best zombie story, because he's coming back from the dead. He was the worst jungler, or one of the worst junglers in winter, and suddenly he's back here putting in a lot of work, and Husmed is kind of griefing this whole laning phase so far.
A little bit. I'm a little bit worried about Husmed here on the Jax. He's having to go back again. Kind of, he's really stuffed this your way.
I mean, he just walked under tower when he saw the tower was not focusing the minions, and just got hit by the tower damage, unsurprisingly.
This is going to be held here forever. This is really bad.
Yeah, really misplaying the weight so far, and yeah, his jungler was there to cover for him, but he didn't get the kill. He's now gonna fall behind in experience and, more importantly, in CS. So BJ might have to come again to fix the issue that Husmed is causing for no reason, really. But first, he's finding Penguin here.
Oh, Froggy just flashes over the wall. We know this man does never lack aggression. And BJ, 2 moves on the map, 2 kills.
And I think it's Saigon Buffalo, for Saigon Buffalo fans, they can all breathe a sigh of relief, because winter never happened. This is Saigon Buffalo from spring. This is what we liked from them. This is what we knew them for. Pre-planned plays from BJ and Froggy dominating the early game. This is very ambitious from Zhu Hao, but they have the assistance of the wave, so Saigon Buffalo can't really trade into that one. But yeah, Froggy is already ahead of the play. He knows his jungler is gonna go for this one. So vision into good communication, into early kills. This is prime spring Saigon Buffalo. And here we go again.
Oh, BJ once again finds a Q, calls in his best mate Froggy. This time BJ wants to give the kill away, doesn't want to be called selfish. Saigon Buffalo, what have they been feeding them? Except Husmed, he hasn't been eating.
Yeah, now, every time I see Saigon Buffalo in spring so far, which makes me very happy that this is the case. Oh, Husmed, he used his E already.
Husmed's in so much trouble. The E actually comes back up, but Artifact can just wait. The flash away, he tries it, and it was a delayed dive, but it was smooth in the end.
Very bad flash. Don't flash away. You need the flash for the next dive. Now you're very vulnerable. My mistake, I thought he used the E before. This was textbook and very nicely done, forcing the flash from Zhu Hao, so now he can't go aggressive in the next few minutes. Also getting the kill on Froggy's first ultimate. This is the Saigon Buffalo we knew and loved in spring. This is the team that challenged GUM, that was on the verge of actually just winning the series against GUM. Remember, they were 1-0 up in the final. In the second game, they had a 12k gold lead at 18 minutes and managed to lose that game. Imagine if they actually got to a 2-0 lead. This could be the spring champion team. So, very impressive performance from Saigon Buffalo so far. But the gold is even.
That it is. But where the gold is what I'm concerned about as a Saigon Buffalo fan, because Gwen getting ahead feels disastrous. Crincy said that Jax has always been a bad matchup for Gwen, particularly as the game goes on, so perhaps that'll be somewhat the saving grace, but it just feels like Hero's much more practiced.
Yeah, especially in the intricacies of the matchup. Hero looks so much more comfortable, I agree with you. And there's another interesting aspect about this composition, and one reason I really like the Xin Zhao last pick is Gwen and Xin Zhao are so hard to deal with for Jinx. Jinx does not want to get in range of either of those zoning spells, right? The ultimate from Xin Zhao. Zhu Hao is dead.
Oh, hang on. Zhu Hao, yeah, he's turbo dead. The Chompers comes in clutch. Shogun, powered up, gets excited, just gives a few little taps over to Eddie. Penguin has to run away from BJ. Will do it well.
Yeah, once again, not exciting, but just very good, solid, standard play.
Textbook.
Yeah, they forced the flash in the last play, so what do? You just wait for them to overpush, then Nautilus, he can be as tanky as he wants, he's not tanky enough to survive that, so that's a super easy kill. Funnel the gold into Shogun, because he so far hasn't been able to profit from any of these plays, so not only is BJ running the show together with Froggy, he's also splitting the love around the map and giving some kills to everyone. Shogun does have the summoners available, he should be able to get out of here. Ooh, he's teched by W, though.
He got greedy. That was very, very greedy from Shogun. He should have just flashed.
Yep, agreed. So
that was just greed. But I want to pick up on what you just said, as I don't think this trade is going to go the distance. Ooh, hang on. Never mind. We might have come back to it. As Hero actually bearing down on Husmed, getting him very low, looking for the solo bolo. Oh. He should be able to get it. Mows forward, skip and snip, and takes him down. Well done there by Hero. Has to avoid Bean J as dodge the rocket as well. I think he can try and find an execute in a few seconds. As there it is, he steps out. Tower takes him down. Perfectly played by Hero. But what I wanted to say, as this replay, I don't think you have too much to say about it. This textbook League of Legends is something we praised Saigon Buffalo for so much in spring. They came into games looking like they were just running a script and reading every single mouse click before they actually happened. They didn't do that in winter, and it looked really bad. And that's where we were saying, oh God, were they a one-split wonder? The fact that they've come back in and they're able to do it without Taki being the conductor, because for all the time, it was always Taki being the first one in, being the big roams. Now, he's on a Lulu, and it's definitely not a knock against him, but it's not his role in this game, but they're able to do it anyway. That's a great sign.
And unfortunately,
also, Shogun just flashed.
Yeah, I mean, this is just silly from Shogun, as we have a picture-in-picture dive in the top lane. Gwen under pressure.
Oh,
nope,
we do. Gwen, she was under pressure, and it crushed her.
That's true. And once again, it's BeanJ and Froggy being there for the play, bailing out Husmet. And I want to talk about Husmet because everything you said is true. But one thing that's different in this game, at least, it's only one game, is that top lane, usually in spring, was a strong point for them. They were able to rely on Husmet to just win his lane, or at least go even and then impact the team fights. They're not used to dealing with a black hole of pressure coming from the enemy top side because your top lane is griefing. So Saigon Buffalo actually have to adapt again and play against their own top laner because he's not having a great game. Now they actually used a lot of time.
Just done it, right?
Yep, exactly. They actually did just that. Taki, the slow on the ultimate.
Short. Yeah, tried to get the knockup there with the wild growth. He was just a little bit out of range.
Could have flashed for the ultimate, but I think he didn't want to flash because Eddie still had both of the summoners. So they still get the pressure, and the ultimate is not the longest cooldown anyway. They can't fight against you to punish the ult timing. So I really like this move. Just run him down, get another plating, and Saigon Buffalo has finally been able to establish a little bit of a gold lead.
But yeah, I really think this game so far, these first 12 minutes, is showing maybe some of the people that only started watching VCS in winter why we're so excited about players like Froggy and BeanJ. As Taki does get around here, does take the hook, and now BeanJ coming on in. There's a depth charge. With the flash away, I don't think SGB should continue this play, but if you hit it onto the AD carry, why wouldn't you? As they move in, Twisted Fate is going to TP down, but Froggy arrived as well with that hero's entrance. As it's a 1-for-1 at the moment. Can they actually kite this one out? Shogun here, there's a gold
disaster
card loaded for Artifact. They're just going to let Froggy die as Hero comes in from the side. Didn't reset his ult though. That was boneheaded by Hero. He threw out the first set of needles and there was nothing to auto attack within 300 units of him. That's not what you do on Gwen.
Also very good awareness from Taki to actually use his Q immediately to slow Hero before he could press his W, so Hero wasn't his advance was cut short immediately. Still an over-aggressive play from SGB. As a whole, we can see this engagement with how it's ambitious. He does know he has the support and finally the flash again, but they should just run away and go to the tower. This is a one play for Saigon Buffalo. They don't need to overchase into this one. They know there's a teleport available for the top lane. They also know that there's always the threat of the gate coming out of Artifact. And yeah, he's not the strongest Twisted Fate ever, but it's still a free gold card. It's a CC forever. So he also gets a shutdown. Over-aggressive play from Saigon Buffalo, but they immediately make up for it with a kill on the top side.
Yeah, I mean, look, you can't be having this Gwen pop off while Froggy's on Galio. It's Hero's entrance, and the hero is Galio, not the Gwen. But the
back
fact
to
that
TH, I guess.
Caught out there, yeah, back to TH. Oh, please no. This is a good situation, though, for SGB, because we were talking about how they're not used to dealing with the fact that their top lane was behind, that there's a black hole of pressure on the other team. But now Husmed's okay. They've played around him properly, and he's okay. He's in a good position. He's able to keep scaling up. What actually happens here, Hero just gets caught.
Yeah, it's just a 2v1, just easy. We are still trying to catch up to the actual run of play right now. There's probably a fight happening. No, we have managed to be to know everything about this game. We have finally seen all the kills in action with replays and live. So now we are ready for another fight. And talking about another fight, there's a dragon spawning in 4 seconds. So I think both of these teams are itching to actually get another fight in there as well.
It does. As Hero manages to dance away at the moment. SGB obviously want to wait for Husmed to run up. Doesn't have access to the teleport, so he does have to use his legs. As all 10 players on the Rift are around this dragon. And it looks like it's going to be a brawl in the mid lane.
Yeah, they are ready to fight for the dragon. Indeed. Oh, BeanJ might have overstepped.
Oh. He's in a little bit of trouble, but he does have a lot of defensives coming in, particularly when that Lulu is helping him out. Now it's Hero making it happen, and oh my word, Froggy, you've made a horrible decision there, mate. As he gets caught out, he gets taken down. Forward goes Artifact, but the gold card is nullified by that counter-strike. But you know what's not nullified? It's Penguin! As he goes over the wall, BeanJ now needs to be
Shogun,
and he is! He gets a huge heal from the Gore Drinker. Shogun is now the roving AC-130, and the missiles are online your way. He's taking them down. Penguin will be the next one on the chopping block. It's a Chumdut over to this Jinx, and he is massive.
And Shogun's favorite champion once again comes in clutch for his team. That's going to be a dragon and a tower in the aftermath. Taki already preparing the next wave as well. Doesn't actually want to funnel. Yeah, he wants to make use of his gold item. That makes a lot of sense. It's still a lot of gold into Shogun plus Dragon. Look at this heroic effort from Penguin. He has been very quiet, has been outplayed by BJ, but his first team fight, he comes in huge. Separates the whole team with a flash ultimate from Froggy, so they have enough time to just focus down the tankier mid laner. Now it's a 5v4, basically without having spent anything but Xin Zhao ultimate. But here's the choke point, here's Shogun just stacking up his lethal tempo, getting stronger and stronger. He gets the reset, and there he goes. No chance whatsoever. Beautifully done, and this is a Jinx in the early game, so she's only going to get stronger with Elise into frontline for her and Taki to buff her up over and over and over again. Add another 500 gold as a shutdown on top of that. So now Shogun is ready to carry the backhand of this game.
And I love to see that. I love to see Saigon Buffalo enabling Shogun, someone who doesn't get as much of a talk, particularly on our broadcast, as people like Husband, Froggy, and BJ, but he has been a solid addition. Now that Oriety seems to be fully out of the picture, Shogun with some big shoes to fill from the Spring Split Oriety, but he's doing it well, particularly in this game. He's now got those two items, the Rapid Fire Cannon and the Rapid Fire Cannon.
Yeah, just a random Korean invading the broadcast, I guess. Yeah,
he's
just a Kana out of nowhere.
He's just throwing Kana at them. But he's got that two items online. Shogun is very, very strong.
I'm intrigued. I want to see what he wants to do with this item choice. I'm not entirely sure why he went for range when the targets that he has to hit are the two that don't care about range, Hero and Penguin, in their respective...
This feels like a Runins game, doesn't it?
Yeah, it feels a little bit weird to me. Let's see what he can do with this. Of course, he might be able to... Okay, there's another engage to how. That's ambitious.
Froggy gets caught out, has to go gold immediately. But SGB have split focus at the moment because they want to secure the Herald, but they also need to play around the fight. They're doing it perfectly. Taki playing this Lulu to perfection, walks Shogun out of it. So BJ had time to finish the Herald, and they keep everyone alive. Masterclass from SGB.
Yeah, and on the other side, Penguin completely disconnected with the rest of his team. Where was Artifact's ultimate to back up Penguin's advancement? Penguin spent everything to get on top of Shogun, I think. Instantly, and now, with the dive is here.
They're gonna go again. They look a little bit frustrated, and Shogun, he's got that first kill.
Jinx is activated.
Not a huge amount of mana to work with. He needs to be careful. He's got hits onto Artifact. That's not good. Froggy will go down, but he's just given his life for the cause as kaboom! Another rocket thunks into the battlefield and takes down Eddie. It's a triple kill for the Shogun.
And I love this game. This is such a new look from Saigon Buffalo. This is Shogun Hypercarry. Taki playing just to have Shogun Hypercarry, and he's putting in such a clinic. Shogun, first and foremost, beautiful positioning. He has always been maybe the greatest ranged ADC player. I think this was his biggest strength in Winter as well, showing the Caitlyn and the Jinx. Now Jinx, once again for him, his fourth game already in the split. Only 6, or the third game maybe, but a lot of games on the Jinx already. And yeah, Froggy and BJ is just there to disturb the enemy, to buy time, to zone away enemies. They get the W from Hero early, they already have the ultimate from Xin Zhao, so now it's time to fire away for Shogun. And yes, his mana is low, but it's enough to get the kills, and he's not even under threat. No one is attacking him, and you can't deal with that. It's a Jinx Lulu. If you can't kill the Jinx, you are going to lose the team fight.
Yeah, this has been an absolute masterclass so far from SGB in so many different ways. This is exactly how we want to see this team playing. The only thing we can really fault is the early laning from Husmed. He's actually still not in a great position here on this Jax. He must be holding a hell of a lot of gold to only have a Bork. The thing is, imagine I say to you, after the winter split, hey, SGB look great, but Husmed's having a shocker. That's just not a sentence that can exist until today.
Yeah, it's very surprising and strange. The two underperforming players were BJ and Froggy, and they are really back to where they were in spring. Winter never happened for this team. We can just all forget about it and consider these finalists from spring as one of the contenders again, hopefully, because that would really spice up this league even more. We have all the teams clashing and fighting for their glory. Everyone seems to be on the same level, and if Saigon Buffalo can come back to their spring form, that's just even greater. Now, they do have to put in a clean performance to finish this game. It's not super hard. They have a great team fight setup. They have a super accelerated Jinx, 6-1. They have a Lulu behind her already with even more supportive items coming in. First item, Mikael's, really means, okay, I'm not going to do much in terms of...
Just for artifact.
Yeah, it's just Shogun, please do it. You just need to keep you safe. You have cleanse and now another cleanse from the support, so there's no reason for Shogun to ever die in this game. And let's see if he can play cleanly till the Nexus falls.
We do have a bit of a way to go. Hero could be in trouble, but with the Twisted Fate ultimate being used, I think that's going up towards the top side, or rather away from the top side. Using it to escape. Now Hero rips out the needlework. He's trying to turn it around onto Husband. There's a depth charge here to try and stop this Jax re-entering the fight. BJ throws out the kick, but doesn't actually land it onto Hero. Dashes back out. The rocket doesn't land. And somehow no one falls.
And SGB has always been the most aggressive team. They have always been the team on the top of all the kills per minute lists, so not too surprising that they would go for these crazy plays. Maybe unnecessary, especially when the Jinx is in a different lane. They try to incorporate the Jinx rocket to finish one of the kills, but yeah, try to play around your Jinx. You have drafted a teamfight composition with a Lulu and Jinx. So it's not necessary to try and attack the Jax lane, especially when Jax is behind. They get away with murder, or actually not murdering anyone, but also not dying.
Yeah, they get away with pacifism.
Oh, BJ with another attempt.
Doesn't quite find it though, gets stunned up.
Yeah, nothing really to do on the map right now. Baron is a little too dangerous. They do have decent Baron, more than decent Baron damage even, with the Lulu shields and attack speed from the Lulu as well. Shogun can just melt through that objective. We have Jax with Blade. That's another very good item against Baron. But at this point, maybe a little too scary still, so Shogun and SGB are just biding their time, waiting for their opportunity to strike again. Dragon is far away. But yeah, they're not in a hurry. They can just farm for the late game too.
That they can, as Shogun has completed that third item, adding the Lord Dominix. Predator has been popped here by Froggy, just scaring them off potentially, as they are just trying to keep vision control of this topside river. As Husband has a push down in the bottom lane. No hulls to be broken. Very disappointed. I want to see my pirate. As Hero booted away. Artifact throws out the gold card. Uses the Everfrost, but it's a Lee Sin. He's always going to be able to get away. That's a fair bit of resources used for not a hell of a lot. And BJ's not done, as he's just moving forward onto Hero. Knows he has Husmed close. Hops over the wall. In with a rocket from Shogun. Just a little bit of poke damage. Shogun. But now they're dealing with Gwen in a choke. Here comes Galio. They need to play this one well. It's going to be a little bit tricky to play. First kill. Husband does go down.
Here we go.
The first kill. She's excited. Froggy gets the knock up. Eddie will be the next one to fall. And Shogun is here. He is ruling all of Japan as he moves up onto this artifact, as he can try and find him. Taki stunned up.
Okay!
SGB are just going to go to Baron. BJ, Big Bean.
Oh yeah, this game looks very, very over. You have to prevent the first kill if the fight is still close, even if you start with a kill or two. But if you are half HP and someone dies and Shogun gets to free fire and advance, then the fight is just over. So either you have to completely zone out Shogun, and I'm not entirely sure how you're going to do that with all the range he has, or you need to kill him. But either of those are very hard to do, so the win conditions aren't just really there for Secret.
Yeah. Just kill him, forehead.
And this is insanely aggressive from BJ, but he does get the W from Hero, so now Hero is very vulnerable to Shogun. Shogun in great position again. Taki actually staying on the other side. And beautiful play from Taki as well, just kiting around the edges, never getting close enough to get killed. A lot of the good Lulu players never die, because they just know how to position in team fights. Everyone has to flash away from Shogun immediately. And now the flashes are down, so we might actually be in Pentakill territory.
Calling that one very early your way. And yeah, this was just BJ wanting to style on Artifact, and he did it well. So now, Saigon wearing the Baron buffs. 45 seconds to a dragon, and they've only got 2, so it's not a super good objective for them. We are about to crest 26 minutes. So, of course, they'll be looking to close it out as soon as possible. They don't want to put in the overtime hours.
Shogun, this is a little bit of a dangerous path, but he's close enough to the rest, and he gets the acceleration from killing the tower, so that was fine. Maybe a split second of an opportunity for the enemy team to strike and attack him, but you have to remember he has Cleanse and Mikals to get him out of any sticky situation too, so he can really just overextend and play basically super aggro Jinx. Yeah, it's like...
it's so hard to kill him.
How is the strategy with Kotma called again?
Protect the puppy?
Yeah,
the puppy?
There was another term. I can't remember the term, but it's basically that. It's just Shogun being able to just run up to anyone. No one can challenge him. Juggermore, there we go. Yes.
Jugger Jinx, yeah.
It's basically right. Jugger Jinx here. She's 8-1, no IE. But she doesn't really need the damage anyway. Nice double pink ward there from SGB. They can do whatever they want, honestly. And you can see Team Secret, they don't know what to do. There's nothing to do.
A hook lands onto BJ. Does make sure that Penguin can get out. But yeah, they, as you said, what are they actually supposed to do here? They're just unable to actually step up. If they get on top of Shogun, he's got a Lulu, he's got a Galio to protect him. As you said, he's got a Cleanse of his own, a Mikhail's on his support. This just seems to be an Exodia situation here, as Shogun will whip the rocket in. Not a huge effect out of that one, maybe just doing it for a little bit of fun, as they are sieging here onto this mid tower.
That's not lethality Jinx, by the way. That's just normal crit Jinx. That zap damage is illegal.
Yeah, just a little bit. As he moves back, just heals up off those raptors. There is a dragon on the map, but SGB aren't interested in it, and nor should they be, in my opinion, as they will break the base, take the tower, and begin onto the inhibitor. BJ is very threatening here, gets gravitomed up for just a moment, but it doesn't matter. And back they go.
Yeah, now on the way out, you can just pick up the dragon for free. Yeah, delete your soul for like a minute or two, but who cares? You got an inhibitor, you have 2 inhibitors now, and you shouldn't be relying on this soul. The game should be over by the time the soul spawns, so I really like this decision. I agree with you there. Of course, you want to clean up the dragon, just in case something bad happens, just in case for some reason Shogun dies in the next fight and you can't actually close the game, the inhibitors respawn, you can always rely on the soul coming back. So, yeah, it's just solid play, and we've seen some very good macro in both of the series today, so I'm super happy to see VCS teams stepping up and knowing how to play standard situations. It's nothing special, but it's good to see consistency.
Absolutely it is. Now, SGB, once again, pull back, cash in their gold. There's the Infinity Edge on the Jinx. The Shirelia's on Tataki as well. It's getting harder and harder to do anything about her. No objectives for a while. We may well be in for another, 5 or 6 minutes of gameplay, because it's hard for SGB to actually make Team Secret come and fight them. But I think we can already tell who's going to win this game.
Also, we have Froggy impacting the whole map, carrying his whole team, and being up in CS against Artifact, who hasn't done anything in this game. Just saying.
It's a weird world.
A little bit of a mid-gap here.
A little bit, honestly. And don't SGB look great when they're all firing on all cylinders. When Husmed has been your weakest player, but you're still winning this hard, that tells you that SGB is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, now it's a 10k gold lead. The Jinx is 4 items. Wrap this one up, boys. So, Saigon Buffalo with a dominant first game. Not even all of them were performing. Only a disaster could really ruin this game, and I just can't see it. With how well Shogun and Taki have been playing, add Froggy and BJ into the mix to wreak havoc and cause chaos and give Shogun time to stack up all his attack speed. I can't see it, but they need to break the base in top lane. Bot lane wave is approaching. Mid lane wave is not synced up, which is a little bit annoying for them. They can't make use of pressure in both of those lanes right now. And there's a teleport flank, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, this is just the last chance saloon. They're just going to try one last team fight. Hero does go in, gets a lot of damage down onto Husband, but takes a lot in return. They throw out the hook. They're getting near Shogun. They've got him down to half HP, but then it all peters out. He just runs forward, eats a hook. He could be in trouble, but no, he has a stopwatch. And Taki just behind him to make sure he's safe on the exit. Husmed jumping forward, can't actually find Penguin. Will go down to the towers. So will Bean J. This was a little bit of a stuffed play here by SGB. But it doesn't matter. They weren't taking it as seriously as perhaps they could have, as it didn't matter. They were already going to win, riding on the back of the Zornite Menace, on the back of Shogun as the rockets continue to fly. The Super Mega Death Rocket living up to its name. He picks up another. An artifact on the fountain gets crit into oblivion. Triple kill picked up for Shogun and a game won for the Buffalo.